Charles, what about the so-called Buffett rule and how the president is using it and talking about it?
Well, let's understand what all this is about. This is absolutely nothing but re-election politics. What he's done is to literally pit the 99% against the 1%. And he's done it in a clever way. He basically has turned Occupy Wall Street into legislation, except that the real people in the streets, in the Occupy Wall Street streets, never had the wit to actually come up with this idea. This is a way of saying that you're going to take the money from the rich and give them to the poor. Obama is not a good governor. He doesn't know how to be a president, but he sure knows how to campaign. And the second political genius here is essentially what this is about is raising the capital gains taxes. The reason that the rich are paying less is because so much of the income of a Buffett or a Romney is in capital gains. But he doesn't sell it that way. He sells it as the fair share of the rich and paying a minimum tax. The reason he does that is because everybody knows that if you look back over the last half century, capital gains taxes have a perverse effect. You raise them, you reduce the amount of money the Treasury gets. You lower them, you increase the amount. But in 2008, when Obama was asked by Charlie Gibson, would you raise capital gains taxes even if it brings into the Treasury less revenue? His answer was yes, in the name of fairness. He's running on that. Fairness, damn the economy. Romney will run on efficiency, and I don't really care if the rich get ahead on account of that. And Obama has a good idea. He can't run on his record, and he doesn't have a vision or a program for his second term, so why not run on fairness? I'm not sure the Republicans ought to concede the ground of fairness. They ought to argue and quote John Kennedy, who lowered taxes, including capital gains, as a way of stimulating the economy and creating jobs. That's the winning answer.